Yo, what's good with y'all, man? It's calsoscoped. We back with another video. In today's sports design tutorial, I'm back, man. We got a quick tutorial today. It's not going to take long at all. I'm going to show you guys how I got from this to this. These are the lighting effects that they don't want you to know, the quick CCs that they don't want you to know about, alright? So make sure you guys tune into this video. If you haven't yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And let's hop right into the tutorial. Roll the intro, man. Alright, y'all, so Hoodie Cal is on it. I'm on it for y'all. Y'all peep the hoodie that we got on today.
Wow! Wow!
Alright, so anyway, let's get to it. So the first thing I'm gonna do is always mask out my player. I mean, I already did this version, so I don't want to just show you guys what I did. I want to show you the real process. So let's start with the pen tool. I'm using the pen tool, and I'm gonna mask Lonzo out real quick, then I'll be back in with y'all.
2,000 years later.
Alright, we got them all masked out. Now I'm gonna do the hair real quick. Like I said before in tutorials, when I do the hair, I just use the feather tool and I make just a light selection around the hair, nothing crazy, just so we get a more realistic selection of the hair, because you don't want your hair to be all like blocky and stuff. You want it to look more realistic. So that should do, and then I drop the decontaminate the colors to like 87 or something like that usually. Yeah, not bad. That's good. So we're rocking with that right now. Alright, and I'm also going to bring back the background just because I want to show that contrast, and I'm going to make a new smart object from this. Okay, so now you got two layers, right? But actually add another duplicate. Control J is how you add a duplicate. And for the top layer, we're just gonna turn that to a screen. Okay, turn that to a screen layer, right? And for right now, I'm gonna turn this to a multiply layer, but for right now I'm gonna leave it off. So you're gonna be working on the layer that you turn to a screen overlay. Okay, so now we're gonna right click on that, and we're gonna go to blending options. Make sure you guys are listening. So I right clicked on that, and let's go to the blending options selection. And now on blending options selections, you're going to use these underlying layers, and you're gonna just drag with the underlying layer, and see how that already is creating a light color type of change to the image. You're gonna do that. So, and the main thing that you want to focus on in this is you want to just pinpoint the colors that you want, not the colors that I want. When you do this, you're gonna see the colors that you want. So pick the colors and the highlights that you want. I'm seeing some good highlights right around the face area and stuff like that. So once you got like a good base of where you want, then you're gonna hold Alt. Make sure you hold down Alt or Command on the Mac, and you're gonna separate these little two pinpoints. These pinpoints come apart, so you're gonna separate those pinpoints, and you're gonna pick an area that looks really just looks good, that goes with it really well. So you gotta make sure that you keep these apart, but make a mix that looks really good. And right there, I'm already satisfied with it. Like I told you guys, this doesn't take much time to do. You just gotta have a pretty good eye with it. And then on this layer, the above one, you can kind of mess around with it a little bit. I don't do much with it because I don't feel like it does too much. I don't feel like it helps the picture that much. Maybe a little bit, but maybe tweak it a little bit only, and then I press OK, right? Alright, so now let's turn on the next layer, and make sure you had that on multiply, right? So when you had that on multiply, let's right click and let's go to blending options again, okay? And now we're on blending options with multiply. You're gonna use the opposite. So you're not gonna use the dark one that we use for the screen. You're gonna use the light one, the white one on the right, and you're gonna drag and find that point again where you think it's gonna bring out highlights. See how these highlights are coming out pretty well? So let's drag. Yeah, let's do the same process we did the last time. We hold Alt and we separated the points. Now let's see what we got going on. And that right there, that looks pretty good. This is when you're separating the points. If you're confused about why that happens, it's just because you want to feather it out so it's not a harsh line or anything like that. So now that you got these points here, you're gonna want to say, okay, so the multiply, that's a little bit too much of multiplying. So the first thing I usually do is drop down the fill. I'll drop down the fill, right? That's like one of the first things I do. But I also add a layer mask on, and then with my layer mask I use a soft brush, and my flow is already down. So in the light parts of the face, you want to just start brushing on where you think everything's gonna hit better. So where the light is hitting, that's where you want to start using your brush and getting those points kind of masked out. If you know what I'm talking about, just mask those points out to where the light's hitting. And this is all preference, man. Like nothing that I make for you guys is just like set in stone. It's all preference. And then I'm going onto the screen and I'm also adding a layer mask, and I'm seeing that some points are just a little bit too bright, so I'm gonna bring those points down in some areas, and then always turn it on and off just to see what's going on with the picture, stuff like that. And you just gotta start working through your mask. So I'm gonna work through my mask, and if you guys are following along with this, work along with your mask, and just don't be scared. Just go ahead and try some things out, and you'll see what looks good and what doesn't, and that's gonna really help you in your lighting. Alright, so here I have my lighting right now, and I like this lighting a lot more than the original. I'm not gonna lie, so I like this a lot more than I had for the original. I still think this part is a little bit too light, so I want to get rid of that a little bit. Get rid of it. Boom. Alright, cool. And that's what you do for those two adjustments. So what we just did, we added the screen layer on top of the normal layer, and we added a multiply on top of the normal layer, and that's really what I did here. So once I'm done with that, just another thing that you guys might want to do after always enhances, add a little curves adjustment. And just once you get used to the curves, I'm gonna give you guys a quick secret. The more that you use hills and curves adjustments, the more that you're gonna make things look like, I'll say metallic-y. Like, you don't want to make a person look like a metallic robot, obviously, but if you make things look more metallic-y, it adds a lot more definition and pinpoints like highlights and things like that. So always make sure you kind of start focusing on that when you're designing, because that's gonna help you just like notice contrast and a whole bunch of other things. So now you see how much more he's sticking out from the background, guys, and like this was a really quick thing that I did, and it makes a big difference. So this is before, this is after, guys. Before, after. And obviously I'm not just gonna leave you there. Another thing that you should do, once you use curves on that, you should probably use curves on your background from your original background as well, because you want to do a good job of trying to match the backgrounds. Even though it's like a blurred background, you don't want it to just be like looking crazy, like you didn't really do anything with it. So always try to match your backgrounds a little bit at least. And I added levels first, and I added curves after. So just try to do something with your background to make it also look like you put a lot of effort into it. You don't want to make it look like you just didn't even try to make a nice background. But here it is, guys. Like I said, it was a quick tutorial, and it's not many steps that you gotta use. It's just it's something that they don't want you to know these secrets, man. We dropping secrets on here. I actually honestly just found this out. I think I was watching a Pix and Perfect tutorial, but now I brought it to sports design. So I hope this one helped you guys out a lot. If it did help you guys out a lot, make sure you drop a like, and make sure you drop a like for Hoodie Cal. You guys gotta drop a like for that. Sub up to the channel if you're new. And until next time, it's been Calsoscoped. I'll be back on another tutorial or video soon for you guys, man. Everybody stay up. Peace.